Alright, hello everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Now, today, we're not really going to be doing any ranked or battling online, but instead, I'm going to do a gameplay tutorial on how I use Makomo, because there are already guides on this character online. However, I wanted to show how I use the character. Because everybody uses the character different, because she's got a lot of depth to her. There's not really one way to use her like there is with Tanjiro per se, or Giyu. A lot of characters are straightforward. She's pretty complex. So the first thing that I want to talk about with using this character that a lot of people do not mention at all in any video is her speed, because she is, well, one of the fastest characters in the game. So if you look at the movement here, first of all, to demonstrate this, better example, I'm going to switch to Sabito, really slow. You can't really see it right now, but he's actually moving slow. Then I switch to her, and she's getting around a lot quicker. Now when I boost, it's a lot more noticeable. Switch to Sabito again. Obviously he's moving faster in boost, but I switch to her. And it's like insane. This speed difference is a lot more noticeable when you press circle to rush. So I'm gonna do Sabito's rush right here, and we'll do it one more time. Get a better example here, and that's his speed. Now if I switch to Makomo and do her rush, the difference is noticeable. I do it again, and the difference is noticeable compared to Sabito. She covered that distance really fast, which a lot of people don't talk about, but she does have a very big speed difference over a lot of characters. Nobody else is moving that quick except for Shinobu. And now see, when I switch to Shinobu, she gets in just as quick, and she's the only other character that moves as fast as Makomo does. Those two are the fastest on the game. Nobody else gets in that quick. Now, one difference between Makomo and Shinobu is the side movement here. This is different. Makomo can do that a lot faster than Shinobu, because when Shinobu does it, Shinobu's a lot more floaty with it, so you can't do it as quick as possible. So that's the only thing problem I have with Shinobu compared to Makomo. Now it's not a bad thing with Shinobu, because she's able to stay in the air a lot longer and dodge the dashes, but if you time it right, you can catch her a lot faster because she's so floaty. But yes, Shinobu and Makomo are the fastest characters in the game as far as speed goes. Now at launch, or probably even now, even though people have discovered her potential, people will tell you that, or for a long time people were saying that she was bottom tier along with Murata for one reason, and that's because her damage is incredibly bad. She has the lowest damage output in the game, so people just couldn't make it work. Like for example, we'll just do a basic combo here. That did absolutely nothing. Another combo I used to do was this. And that did decent damage. Now her best combo is this one. And even that's not doing too much damage. Shinobu also shares this weakness. It's a thing with characters that are really quick and mobile, that they don't have a lot of damage output. However, Shinobu can make up for that because that poison. She has that poison, and when she does a combo, it makes up for it, because that poison can add up through her combo and she's practically doing double damage. You know, Makomo does not have this benefit at all. However, when labbing this character, I was one of the few people that found out on day one. I was one of the few people to bring this up. I did not think she was low tier at all. In fact, I felt like she was really slept on, and she had the potential to be an extremely high tier character, like A tier, surprisingly enough. And that's because I found a lot of stuff that people didn't. Like, for one, getting damage is not what she excels at all. What she excels at is getting in with this speed and being able to outmaneuver people enough to create those openings that other people cannot get because of the speed. Like, normally, when somebody starts attacking and you dodge it and rush in, your character is usually too slow and they can block in time. This character, the speed is quick enough to get in and hit people before they even have time to block. Even though they swore that they've blocked, a lot of times they're not used to this timing. So when somebody's swinging their blade and you're dodging it and pressing circle, by the time you press circle and they hit block, it's too late. You're already on them. So getting in is one of her strong suits. Another thing that she has built into her is getting out automatically with her combo. For example, if I press square twice, this is automatic get off. So if someone's guarding, press square twice and it's already out of the way. So the point is, she's not a character that you play like you play any other, well, a lot of other characters. A lot of characters you just get in, hit them, and do a lot of damage. She does not play like that. To use her, and this is what I found the best way to use her in training and obviously online, you need to abuse the speed and being able to move around really quick aside. The speed is important. How you want to play is generally you want to play a keep away, kind of a play style like Zenitsu. You want to always be moving and dodging, and once the opening's created, close in on it, because you can get those openings a lot better than other people. And even though she doesn't do a lot of damage, using her like that, being able to evade, get those openings to get in, that stuff's gonna rack up. It seems complicated, but she can do it really easily with the speed. The more you hit them with combos, the damage will add up. And for her having like the lowest damage in the game, it's not that bad. So again, I'm gonna do this combo here. That's not bad damage. And if you're able to utilize her correctly, blocking when you need to, evading when you need to, rushing when you need to, getting those punishes with the speed and getting in when you need to, it's gonna add up a lot, and you can win like pretty easily. We get to our move kit here. First thing I want to talk about is the water surface slash. Now this move is really good, and I feel a lot of people don't use it to its full potential, because what a lot of people will do is just do a combo and do this twice. Now I have been one of the few people that have used this as the mix-up or the fake, because if you notice, she can do it once. You press the button twice to get the double, like so. However, the first hit does not knock them down, it makes them stagger. Now this is really good because it allows for a reset or a mix-up. So one thing you'll see me do a lot in my videos is this, and then just stop. And usually I'll go for a grab, because a lot of people are not expecting you to grab after that. That's not the only thing she can do from that. Once you hit this, you could, depending on what your opponents can do, you have options here. You can charge a heavy, and they try to attack, your armor can do it and get hit. Or if you know that they're going to attack, you can have time to parry. Or you can even go into a DP and go right through their attack. You could also just do this and back away. The moment you hit it, you can back away. Or you could jump. So she basically has options for everything someone could do in that situation. You just have to be able to read your opponent. If they jump, you're able to jump, catch them out of the sky. If they're going to attack, you may get out of the combo that way, charge a heavy, parry, DP, or you can even block. There's 5 options to try to attack. If they try to grab you, you can start attacking yourself. You can also go away or block. Now, another thing people try to do is they'll run away from you when you're hitting them. I've seen it happen a couple times. People just start, once you hit this, they'll try to run away from the grab. So if they try to run, you can also attack, catch them like that. You can rush them down after it lands. There's a couple things you can do from the water surface slash. You don't always have to do it twice. I'm gonna do it the normal way first, but now I'm gonna delay it. You can delay it, and what you can do with this is you can catch people off guard. So you can hit them on guard and delay it right there. Once you get the habit of hitting them with it once, they'll start getting greedy and trying to attack you through it. So you can catch them by delaying them, because a lot of times when they see you doing it once, they will see it come out once and let go of their guard. You can catch them with the delayed water surface slash, and you can delay it for a pretty long time. It's active for a pretty long time. You have a lot of time to do the second one, so you don't have to be too hasty to do it the second time immediately. Just wait it out, see what your opponent's gonna do. If they're the attacking type, you can delay it. There's options for everything. So again, this comes down to you reading your opponent. This move is also plus, and she can cancel it. So if the move is blocked, you have time to block like usual, like I said. So it's a safe move to throw out there. So we need to get in range of your opponent. Do that. It's also cancelable, so you can break away from it. So it's plus, and you can break away from it. So it's a really good pressure tool to pressure that guard, and a really good mix-up tool. Another mix-up that I do with this move is at that moment. Right there. If you do it from this height, this move is a lot more dangerous, because compared to just doing it like this, it takes her a little while longer to get reset to do a grab. But if you do it at this point here, have more frames to play with here, because she hits the ground a lot faster. But he was still in stagger. If I did it from that height there, he was still in stagger. See, I could literally go from a grab and he was still recovering. In that situation, your opponent's options are a lot more limited. If they try to swing or attack you, you'll be able to beat them. Because you got plus, you have priority. You can hit them before they can do anything. You can do a special move before they do anything. You can generally grab them before their weapon comes out, depending on the character. If they try to run away, you're going to get them before they get enough distance to run away from the grab. So that's why you'll see me do this reset a lot more. Generally, the reset combo that I do is this one, and then go for a grab, or I'll either do this one and go for a grab there. So yes, the water surface slash is a really good move, and it allows for a lot of pressure and reset. And I haven't really been seeing anybody else doing this online with the move. I don't know if you don't know about it, but I'm like one of the few Makomo players that I've seen doing it, and one of the few Makomo players in Chip. The next move we're going to get into is the water move. So, if you're thinking about this move, she's one of the water breathers that can do it in the air. And she also has the furthest traveling water wheel in the game. No other water wheel is moving that far. It can cover a pretty decent distance. And this is honestly one of her best options to get in, because I gotta get into her weaknesses here. She does have speed. The damage isn't bad as long as you can know when to get in and get out. And the water surface slash is plus, allowing for a lot of pressure. However, there are ways around this. Basically, to handle Makomo, all you really have to do is block. You gotta block, because her pressure on guard is pretty weak. Like right here, she doesn't do a lot of guard damage. See, I did that full combo and his guard was still blue. Also, if she's blocked and the pressure's a lot harder to pull off, you can still do it. She still has some decent offense pressure, but it's not near as good as somebody like, say, Nezuko, Shinobu, who's a god at offense. Giyu has pretty good pressure, and Inosuke, because he can break your guard like crazy, like in one combo or with assist. But she doesn't have that. Her guard pressure is decent, but not completely there. So if you block her, this means nothing. This sorta is less impactful. Her best option to get in on top of the speed is the water wheel. And for people that don't know, water wheel is one of the best moves on the game for your character to have, if not the best move to have, because this move is incredibly quick. It is really quick. Like sometimes online or in certain situations, if you get caught off guard, it can be unreactable sometimes. This move is really quick, and when it hits, characters that have water wheel can get a combo off of it. And it doesn't do bad damage. Now hers is on the weaker side, but somebody like Tanjiro or Giyu, theirs hits pretty hard and they get a full combo off of it. The water wheel is generally her best option to get in. Say if I use Sabito here, his moves are Waterfall Basin, he's got the Whirlpool, and he's got this move here. But people don't play with Sabito as much, even though we have pretty good damage. A lot better than Makomo's. He doesn't have as much pressure as the other characters because, or the other water breathers, because he doesn't have a water wheel, while the other ones do. So he kinda gets outclassed. Like, why play Sabito? You play Giyu. Like, even Makomo is higher up on the tier list simply because of having a water wheel. So it's a really important move for character to have. It's a move that you want your character to have in general. So the water wheel does make a difference. Generally, like if you watch the video, you'll see me dodge an opponent's move and go straight into this, or I'll run in like this, jump in the water wheel. And that's because if the opponent blocks it, I can break away and get right back under my pressure. So it's really good, especially it's another move that she can cancel out of. So if it hits somebody's guard, you can break away from it. Or if you do hit them, you can do stuff like this. So those are just a few of the mix-ups you can get off of that. It's not all of the mix-ups, but those are things she can do. But she can also get an ult combo off of that too. Do it like this. And that'd be her strongest way to go into an ult outside of just doing it raw. So the water wheel is a very strong tool for her to have, and without it, I don't think she'd really be playable without the water wheel. For her to do all that pressure stuff, it basically costs her 2 meters, because water wheel is 1 meter, and the cancel out of move costs 2 meters. So So you can get a lot of fancy stuff going, a lot of mix up and pressure, and get in easily. However, you are spending a lot of bar at the end of the day. And one important thing with Demon Slayer is stamina management. And it is extremely crucial for Makomo, more than other characters, to have full stamina. Because the more stamina she has, the more damage she can do, the crazier she can get. It's like, without meter, then she becomes the bottom tier character. But with meter, she can hang with a majority of the roster. Probably enough. She can hang with majority of the roster if you save the meter. You can cancel out moves, throw out plus stuff, cancel out that too. You basically cancel out all of her moves except for the DP. This is why you'll see me in a lot of matches. I don't really do ult because throwing out the meter with her is generally a death sentence when you run to 0. Your opponents, if they keep enough pressure on you, they're not going to let you just stand there and charge up meter like you would naturally. It's going to be really hard. And without that meter, you can't use the water wheel to get in. No plus water surface slash. So basically all you have in the day is this, and movement. And block. And that's not enough for her. That's what she struggles. It's bad when she has no meter. So this is why instead of me doing ults, you'll see me boost a lot. Because when you boost, your support gauge fills up and your stamina comes back. So this is why when I knock somebody down, I'll boost more than go for an ult. And another reason I don't go for ult is because her combo literally makes it scale so much to where it does no damage, and she already doesn't do any damage. Fewer hits, the more damage. More hits, the less damage. And her combo literally is this. That is literally 12 hits. That's going to cause her ult to scale like crazy. And there's no way I could shorten it. See, I could do one hit, but then they have time to block. And her second button input is literally this. She's in the air. I can't do the ult there either. The third one is this. Still in the air. Can't do the ult. The only time you can do the ult in this basic combo is here. Right there. And by then, too many hits have gone by and the ult doesn't do any damage. So allow me to demonstrate this. That's literally 3 bars, and it doesn't do anything. Now I'll switch to Sabito and demonstrate his ult combo. That's a major difference because Sabito's combo isn't hitting as many times. And this isn't doing that amount of damage because she's weak. It's not because of her having low damage up. It's literally because of the amount of hits her basic combo does. Because even Murata, who is the worst character on the game and actually is the worst character on the game, he can do a lot more damage with an ult than she can. Because he hits less. And this is why when I fighting one of my homeboys, people online, they could go for ults like crazy because they get rewarded because their character doesn't hit as much. Makomo doesn't have that luxury because her combo hits 13 times, and by then the ult is scaled to oblivion. That's why you don't see me throw out ults like that or be flashy. Like I said, the fewer hits you do, the better. The way you get the most damage out of your ult is by doing it raw. And what I mean by raw is just basically throwing it out there. So look at the difference here in this damage. Major difference. Best ult combo for her is this. Water wheel into the DP. There is another option. Two best ways to use that ult. And even even then, even then it wasn't too big a difference, honestly. So this is why I don't go for ults. It hurts her more than it benefits her. You're better off saving all this meter and boosting and just continuing with her pressure. And this is also the reason why in the last video I was getting cutscene to oblivion, but you didn't really see me do too many ults or cutscenes because it wasn't worth it. We're gonna get into the third move here, and probably one of her best and strongest moves, and that is her DP. That move there. This is without a doubt one of the best DPs in the game. I'd honestly say it's the second best in the game in my opinion. The only one that's better than that is Gyu, because Gyu's DP is the dead calm parry that can literally parry almost anything except for an ultimate attack, and some moves class or for some reason it's weird, but that's the best DP on the game without a doubt, because if he parries you, he gets a blue combo meter. And for a lot of people that don't know, this game has a combo meter on it, because on Storm, it's made by the same people that created Ninja Storm, and on Storm, infinite combos were a thing. This game didn't want to take away from that, so that's why when I hit here, you'll see I have a yellow combo meter, like right there. So basically, you can combo until that meter runs out. And once it runs out, they follow this combo automatically. Now most people when they're doing an attack, they get a yellow meter. But if you hit with a strong attack, like a heavy like this, you get a red meter, and you don't have a lot of time to combo. Blue combo meters are literally double the yellow combo meter. So you get a lot off of a blue meter. And the only real way you can get a blue meter is by hitting a parry, or by using Gyu's dead calm. And his dead calm does a lot of damage already. Like, a dead calm hitting for him is like a full combo for Makomo. And then he gets a full combo off of that with the blue meter that he can go into an ult combo off of. It's a pretty nutty DP. So Makomo does not have the best one at all by any means. That honor goes to Gyu Tokiyama. She does have the second best. DPs are moves that give your character invincibility. This whole thing is invincible. Inosuke's Boar Rush goes further than that. Got Inosuke here, another character with a pretty cracked and crazy DP. So this is his Boar Rush. His travels the furthest, and it's incredibly quick. The way that you can use Inosuke's and Makomo's DP, the way theirs differ compared to other characters is that they travel. Really how you use their DP is you block. When someone's in your guard, you block, and you shove them off. And what this does is push your opponent off your guard so that you can move away and get distance. You're not just taking guard damage. The moment someone's hitting your guard, you really just push them off and do their DP. It's a good get off me that they can really abuse because theirs reaches. Other characters don't have this luxury because theirs doesn't travel far enough. Mainly Shinobu. This is too close. Can't punish. And Zenitsu. No range on that DP. That's not punishing anything. These are the two characters that can do that. So, like I said, push block in the DP. Now be careful, if you do this too often, your opponent reads that they can cancel their attack and just get distance. Because the thing with DPs in this game is they're invincible. However, they're generally not safe. Look, this is blocked. She's wide open for punish. Same thing for Inosuke. He can get punished there pretty bad. Even if it's dodged, if the opponent happens to avoid these moves, your character is wide open, they can rush you, and you can get hit. So it's not a move you want to throw out there. You want to, well, except for Makomo and Inosuke, they kind of break away from that. You can throw it out there at certain points, but it really needs to bait it. So one bait trick I like to do is I'll do water wheel, break away from it, and then go to DP. Because if people see water wheel coming and you cancel it, a lot of times they like to rush you, and and then they run right into the DP. Giyu can do the same trick. He'll throw out a water wheel and cancel it and do a dead calm, which tends to catch a lot of people off guard, including me. I've been the victim of that tech. Inosuke could also do a move, cancel, and head into a bull rush. So that's also a trick he could do because they cover a lot of distance with their DP. Why I say she has the second best DP in the game, it's a launcher that you can follow up on. This is a launcher that gives her a combo. That is a combo off of an invincible move that goes through stuff. Another added benefit on her DP is that she has the longest lasting iframes of any DP character in the game. That entire animation, she is untouchable. You cannot hit her. This whole animation is covering distance. It has pretty good tracking if people try to dodge it. You can't hit her. And it's a launcher, which can lead into an ultimate. You play your cards right and start evading moves like you should, using the speed. Play like I said. Play patient. Avoid, hit when you can. Abuse her speed and get those openings. You find that one opening, land that DP, and you get that much damage. Nobody else is really getting that but Yi because of the counter. He's the only other character that can combo off of his DP, I believe, except for Zenitsu. There are a couple characters, but Giyu and Makomo really are the only real characters that can get that type of damage. I mean, Zenitsu can too, but I think those are the main three. I might be missing some. But the difference with Zenitsu is he gets a red bar off of his DP, so he can land the backflip, and he gets the red calm meter, so he doesn't have a lot to play with. He still gets a lot more damage for it. Makomo gets a yellow meter, and Giyu's dead calm gets him a blue meter. I'm gonna give us a couple examples to show just how busted these invincibility frames can be. Right. You can see why this DP is so damn broken and good. I don't know if people just didn't realize this stuff on day one, but I was sitting there in training, testing out the surface slash, the water wheel cancels, and the DP especially. I was sitting there telling our friends, like, I don't think she's low tier, guys. She can't be. Fastest character of the game, tied with Shinobu. All of these moves, except for the DP, are plus on block. The amount of pressure she gets is insane. Sure, the damage is bad, but the amount of opportunities she creates with herself by her speed alone and these moves to be able to cancel out of them is crazy. The damage adds up. We've talked about her positives and how crazy she is and how stupid good her moves can be. Now we need to get into the weaknesses, because like other characters, she is not without her flaws. For one, that damage is bad. All of that is trash. That is pathetic. Even when you mix in special moves a lot of times. And then even her best combo. Costs 5 bars a meter, and that's literally her most damaging combo, and that's all she gets from it. That damage does make a difference. This is why I say to play Makomo, you need to be able to know when to block on time. Your blocking has to be on point. Your dodging needs to be on point. And you need to play a patient game. Do not just rush in recklessly like you do with other characters. Do not rush in constantly. getting blocked and getting punished because you will die. Another flaw that she has is that certain characters in this game take more damage than others. Like Shinobu, I believe. No. Well, until the demons came, Akaza takes the most damage out of any character. Like, it is insanely bad. I don't know how you're gonna make one of the strongest demons in the series take the most damage, but it's so bad that even Makomo's combos hurt him significantly. So yes, damage multipliers are a thing, and every character falls into their own class of damage and how much they take from combos. Akaza takes the most. Makomo is, I believe, in the 3rd category for taking the most damage. Shinobu, well, Akaza is number 1. Then you got Akaza creates a new list on his own because nobody takes more damage than him, so he's definitely the highest damage. If he takes damage, it hurts him really bad. But then you had Shinobu and somebody else in that tier, and then right below them was Makomo, Zenitsu, and somebody else. So basically, characters that have stuff to offer, I guess, are really good. Versatility as far as Makomo's speed and such, and all the good stuff she has. I guess she takes a lot more damage because of everything she does have. Shinobu too, being as crazy as she is. To me, I think Shinobu is better than Makomo in some ways. That's just my opinion though. And I think that the devs also knew that. That's why Shinobu was taking the highest damage until Akaza came to the game, because she's nuts. But yes, characters that are usually really good can take a lot of damage. Characters that are on the slower side, have more defense and such, they don't take as much damage. They're a lot more tankier. Makomo does not have that luxury. So when I talk about this damage being weak, it does make a difference, because you can take the lead, doing everything I said, getting your movement through, punishing your opponent with the speed, they're not quick enough to react. You can punish them, take the life lead slowly but surely. But the problem lies is that you make one mistake and you get hit, they can make a comeback really quick. I'm gonna demonstrate this damage thing. She just took that much damage off of a basic Sabito combo that wasn't even fully fleshed out. That damage output being weak and the amount of damage she takes in return makes a difference. If she loses the health lead, 9 times out of 10 the match is generally over. It's hard for her to come back. And this is why a lot of times you'll see me play her, you'll see me use the assist a lot to try to create those openings a lot more. Like a lot of times when you see me, like in the second video where I'm fighting one of the people that I have in my tournament and one of the homies, right? Every time I was low on health, the match was over. Couldn't come back. Every time I got hit by an ultimate, it hurt really bad because she takes a lot of damage. So this stuff makes a difference. All you gotta do against her is block. Her guard pressure is weak. The guard damage is weak. It's weak. I mean, she has better pressure on the heal, but it's not rewarding because she doesn't do any guard damage. If you're fighting somebody that knows this character, knows when to block, not giving the openings, like really good, and play at the highest level, she gets obliterated pretty bad. Now she can fight, but once she loses that health lead, it's over. At that point, what you see a lot of top Makomo players do, and I don't do this, but they will use her assists like crazy. They'll have a Nezuko on the team or a Shinobu, like 2 of the best assists in the game, and they will use them every chance they get. Mainly Nezuko, because he had a launcher as her assist, because Nezuko's got this god tier axe kick move that gives you a launcher if it lands. So you'll see a lot of Makomo players moving around, dodging, calling Nezuko. When they get that opening, they rush it. Because without that, a lot of times it's really hard to do a lot if they're blocking and they know about all her stuff and her neat gimmicks. If they're constantly looking out for this, and you're not getting that, and they know about your water reel and know where you're gonna block, and they know where you're gonna dodge, because you can, if you time it right, you can punish that. If they do this, the moment you dodge, if they press circle the moment you dodge, like, you're open. Who that beat me is who that's like patient and block. don't give me those openings, like especially Gyu players, because Gyu players are patient by nature because they're always waiting to get a dead calm on you, so they're always blocking anyway, and if they're punishing you at the right time, then it's really hard, because Gyu is one of the characters that hits incredibly hard too. He has a lot of damage, and on top of her damage multiplier, it's really hard to claw the game back when you're down like that. Another weakness that she has is that she is probably one of the most, if not the most, inconsistent characters on the game. You just gotta watch back at certain parts of my previous videos. There will be times where you'll see Water Wheel hit, right? Hit a few times, and then she'll just miss. It'll get 3 hits and then zip past them. There are times where the Water will just completely go off track and not hit. There are times where Water Surface Slash will get 1 slash and the second one won't hit, or the first one will just miss. It'll cut clean through them, it'll miss. And a lot of her combos can drop sometimes. They're right there. That's a good example. That combo just dropped. And other times, it'll hit, but sometimes it'll just miss. The blade cut clean through. Got the Water Wheel missing, combos missing out of nowhere sometimes. Don't even get me started on the corner. If you combo somebody with her in the corner, don't bother finishing that, because she drops literally the most combos in the corner. There'll be a lot of times where I'll hit somebody in the corner. I don't know if it's on video yet because I can look back, but I'll get somebody in the corner and I'll just stop the combo because I know it's gonna drop, because a lot of times she misses a lot of stuff in the corner. There's been many instances in my video where I've done Water Surface Slash and she's done it in the wrong direction. This hasn't been caught on video yet, right? There have been times where I combo somebody in the corner and I've ended it with this, and then she'll literally do it in the wrong direction. The opponent will be right in front of her and she'll go this way, like behind her. I don't know why she does that. The Water Wheel needs to be fixed. I've said it in my second video. I know I did. I remember saying it. I've screamed, fix the Water Wheel. They need to fix her Water Wheel. There's no reason why her Water Wheel needs to be hitting and then missing. There's no reason why her Water Wheel needs to be not tracking the opponent. There's a lot that it needs to fix with it. The Water Wheel needs to, when it hits, it needs to hit. Tanjiro's Water Wheel tracks like crazy. It's the best tracking Water Wheel in the game, and that thing can miss at first. If his shoulder hits you, you're getting the full Water Wheel. Why is she actually hitting the Water Wheel and missing? That's a problem. Why is Water Surface Slash going in the wrong direction at times? I don't know. Why is DP making her go in the opposite direction? I don't know. Why are my combos hitting and then falling out sometimes and not working? I don't know. There's literally been, before I did YouTube, there was literally a match where I lost when I fought a Rengoku, when I pushed him off my guard like this. I did the ult. The blade cut clean through Rengoku. Like, it went through him like he was a ghost. And I lost the round because of that. It was one of the most infuriating things that have ever happened to me on this game. Made me want to quit for a little bit. And the inconsistencies aren't just a downfall for her. Sometimes they rob other characters, which I don't believe is fair, because a lot of inconsistencies come from the fact that she's got like a smaller hitbox. She's like a smaller character. So combos that work on bigger characters per se don't necessarily work on her too much. A lot of times if you don't time it right, she can fall out of combos, but that also hurts you too. People fall out of your combos because she's small. I think the Water Wheel missing a lot of times is because she's small. That's probably why it hits and zips past, because she's small. A lot of these issues come from the fact that she's small, but I don't know why Water Surface Slash and the DP going in the wrong direction are a thing that needs to be fixed. I'm tired of dodging somebody and Water Wheeling them when they're hitting and not getting the full reward for it. It's quite annoying. If they fix those inconsistencies and she can fight like a normal character for once, then I would move her higher on the tier list. I will not tell you what tier I have her at yet, but I'll get to that at the end of the video. Some people think that she's F tier, and you have people saying that she's a secret S tier character. She's not S tier. Now let me explain something that she doesn't need. She does not need more damage. She doesn't need more. She does not need to be hitting like Gyu, or she does not need to be hitting any more than this, honestly. Her damage is fine because she has some of the best tools on the game. The speed, the sideways movement, this busted DP, water wheel that can parry, having a water wheel in general that can cancel, and water surface slash, which can be delayed into one or delayed into both. And all of her moves are safe except for the DP. All of them run safe. She has too many good tools. She's literally like an opposite Rengoku, but I tell everybody, because Rengoku hits hard AF, but he does have some insane caveman damages, people like to call it. Just unga bunga stupid. He hits you, it hurts bad. He's not even top 5 in damage, honestly. Urukadaki and Giyu do more damage to him, surprisingly enough. And the character that hits the hardest is actually Zenitsu. And that's why in the video yesterday you see me get 3-0. Not only is Zenitsu a better character than Makomo, which people tend to disagree with when I say this, but no, he's a better character than Makomo. Side movement is crazy. And his Thunderclap and Flash that he can spend all his meter on is insane. He has the highest damage of the game. And Makomo taking the damage that she does, like I said, basically against Zenitsu, that is a prime example of if she loses the life lead, it's over. You can't come back. Zenitsu, honestly to me, Zenitsu is one of her biggest struggles. Now she outranges him as far as matching, because Zenitsu does not have this here. She's got more range on him. Sure, because Zenitsu's basic attack is trash. That shoulder charge gets outbeaten by a lot of stuff. Unlike Rengoku, and funny enough, I told people this too, Makomo actually can mop Rengoku pretty bad because he has no mobility. A lot of his moves can't be canceled out of unless he hits you with it or hits your block. So he's just out in the open. He can't dodge out of his combo or anything like that. Like her being able to outspeed him, being as mobile as she is, like punishing Rengoku because he's really slow. She mops the floor with Rengoku pretty hard. Like, it's not even funny. And that's why when you see me like my friend yesterday switched to Rengoku, I ended up destroying him in that matchup because she destroys Rengoku. Characters, now another weakness that she has, getting outranged. She does not like that. What I mean by like out-prioritize is characters that have more reach than her sword, or people that have a faster startup frame. Like, for example, Nezuko is a pretty devastating to Makomo. In a match where I fought somebody who I enrolled in the tournament, by the way, he agreed. Well, I was beating him 2-0. He switched to Nezuko and completely turned the tide on me because I just kept getting out prioritized. Couldn't do anything. Hinokami Tanjiro also has priority on his sword, better priority than Makomo does. He also has the fastest swing on the game, so his first hit had the fastest frame of the game. Get out beat there. On top of that, he has the pretty god tier damage. So characters that do more damage to her, characters that can somewhat have movement that can keep up with her, characters that outrange her and prioritize her, generally her biggest struggles. Her inconsistencies that aren't her fault, and so they should just fix this. And blocking. People blocking are Makomo's biggest weaknesses. If she had higher damage, well, all she has now, she'd be broken. She doesn't need more damage. She'd be broken. Her damage needs to stay the way it is. It makes sense as a character. Just like her speed makes sense as a character, because in the anime, she was stated to be really quick, incredibly fast. No damage. She doesn't need that at all. What she does need, like I said, are these inconsistency fixes. She should not be dropping on his combos in the corner. Her water surface stats does not need to be missing. All of her moves do not need to be mistracking. People do not need to fall out of her combo. She does not need to fall out of other people's combos. People need to be getting rewarded for punishing me. I need to be getting rewarded for punishing people. All of those are things that need to be fixed. If you complain about her damage, you're also not using the character right. Because like I said, she has a decent skill ceiling. She is not an easy or brain dead character like Tanjiro or Nezuko. Now we're going to get into some of the combos that I do.
One.
those are a few of the combos that I do with her. The main damage combo with the water surface slash thing, I tend to not do that one a lot. Main one I do is this one. Because it only cost me, I believe, 3 bars a meter, and the other one to get that much damage only like cost a whole bar a meter. And like I said, her having stamina is important, as well as this one. And this one. So those are generally the big 3 for me that I do. Now I'm going to give my verdict on Makomo and where I think she stands on the tier list. Top of A tier or the second highest A tier, but more leaning towards her being the best character in nature. I believe that she is the gatekeeper to S tier. Like a lot of my friends said that she is the gatekeeper. She's the gatekeeper character to S tier. I do believe that. However, they believe that she is the lowest or the weakest S tier character. That I do not agree with. I believe she is the gatekeeper, but the top of A tier. Because she literally plays like a storm character. Look at this speed. That is on some storm stuff. That is storm. The rushing speed is on storm's level. Being able to move like this, moving around like this, it's similar to Storm. It's basically like you're playing Ninja Storm 4 again when you use this character. And that's kind of why I enjoy her a lot. Plus, she fits my playstyle, being able to play patient and punish. I'm a very defensive player in a lot of fighting in their games I play, so scared to make a lot of sense. So there's no way that she is F tier. I didn't see it day one. I don't see it now. She's not F tier, but she's definitely not S tier. Now, when the patch notes arrive and they decide to fix her inconsistencies and all this BS that I deal with in these videos that you guys are watching and laughing at, then I would say that she is the gatekeeper S tier. But until then, I can't say that she's any higher than being the best in A tier. But I will tell you who she is better than. Better than Sabito. Better than Murata. Better than Inosuke. Better than Rengoku. Can hang with Rui or deal with him. She can deal with every last demon on the roster. So basically the character that she beats, like she beats pretty well, but the other characters on the roster, it's not like they're just completely obliterating her. She has tools to deal with everybody. But her biggest matchups are Hinokami Tanjiro, Nezuko, Zenitsu, and Giyu, and Shinobu. Like, those are the big 5 that she struggles with, which is tend to be what most people play. But other than that, like, she's pretty solid. It's not like they just completely obliterate her. The only one I've been stupidly obliterated by is Shinobu, and that's because Shinobu also has, similar to a Storm character, she has speed and she floats in the air and her guard pressure is insane. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys for sticking around. Please like, comment, subscribe. I do read comments. Appreciate the likes. I would love to gain the subscribers. And here's a big request from me. Turn on the notification bell.